Guys, welcome back to Rogue TV. Tonight we are going to be reacting to There's No Such Thing as a Bully by Adam Calhoun. Now this is him just speaking in the video about his opinions about the term bully. I haven't watched the whole video. I've only watched like the first 10 seconds of it. Now if you don't know who Adam Calhoun is, you got to look him up. You've got to subscribe. He's got some really good music out. Actually, a really good rapper on top of that. Now, with that being said, everybody has different opinions about everything that is said. That's the best. I mean, that's just the way life is. So, I don't know what he's going to say. My opinions may be different from his opinions, but that's what it is. Opinions are opinions. We're going to disagree or agree. Everybody has their differences. But we're going to see what he has to say. More than likely, I'm going to agree with this guy. I've been watching Adam Calhoun for a while, and everything that he has said in a lot of his videos, I agree with. So let's check him out and see what he's got to say.
Hi friends. Hi friends. Okay, here we go. A word I've been hearing a lot: bully, bullying. Those words are not allowed in my house now, and they weren't allowed in my house as I was growing up as a kid. There is no bully. If you are a person that uses the word bully, that means you're a victim.
All right, so he's going to break down the term bully, I guess, in his perspective and the way that he has raised his kids and the way that he was raised. Obviously, a lot of people in the comments are going to disagree with what he's saying, but I kind of know where he's going with this, so we're going to go listen to a little bit more.
If you use the word bully, that means you can't defend yourself. If you say someone is bullying you or you are the type of person that will call the police if you start a fight and then get your ass beat. That's you. Let me tell you a story about my son Taman. He was a sophomore in high school. He came home one day and he said, "Dad, this kid keeps bullying me." And I said, "Stop right there. What do you mean?" "Well, he's picking on me." I said, "Don't ever use that word again." "His kid's picking on you?" "Yeah." "Can you defend yourself?" "Yeah." He says to me, "But I don't want to get..."
All right, so I think the perspective that he's going to go with is the term bully does exist. He knows it exists. We all know the word exists. But the word, it's just a word. Bully only exists if you give it the power to exist. Meaning, like he's about to go into, and I think this is what he's about to say, is if you don't defend yourself, then you're allowing yourself to be bullied. If you got somebody that's picking on you, somebody that's hitting you, somebody that's beating you in school, somebody that's doesn't like the color of your shirts, well, first of all, don't let it hurt your feelings. Second of all, they're just jealous of what you got going on in your life. Third, you don't know what this guy has going on in his life. Now, with that being said, if they're hitting you, there's different ways to handle this. Obviously, you want to try to go work your way, do whatever you can to get out of the situation. As far as you should let your teachers know, let your counselor know, let your parents know. If this kid or the person bullying you gets you into a corner where there's no adult around, you have to defend yourself. Not with guns, not with a knife, not with weapons. Use your fists. Fight. Fight the person that's bullying you. Now, I'm not saying going out here and fight everybody. I'm not. That's not what I'm promoting. I'm promoting if you are saying that somebody is bullying you, do what you can to defend yourself, but get your adults involved first. Now, with that being said, this generation that's growing up, this may be a topic that I may save this for a little bit later in the video, but no, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This generation that's growing up, everybody gets their feelings hurt for everything. For everything. You're offended by everything. Come on. Be an adult. Stop being offended by everything. Stop. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and go into this.
Get into a fight because I don't want to get in trouble. God bless my son. He's a better man than me. that's all I did in school was fight. So I say to him, I'm a father. I have to be responsible. So I say to him, hey, you don't ever start a fight. Do not start a fight with this kid. But if he starts again with you, you fight him. The very next day,
exactly.
Cayman goes to school. I get a phone call from school. He comes home, says, Dad, I got into a fight. I said, what every father says, did you win? He smirked and said, yeah. Fight's over. Kid never messes with Taman again. Not only does that kid never mess with Taman again, Taman didn't really have many issues in high school. He wasn't that kind of a kid. But that says something. If you have a kid and he's coming home and saying, hey, I'm getting picked on, I'm getting bullied, you tell that kid to go stand up for yourself. Well, this kid, he's bigger than me. He's stronger than me. I don't give a fuck. You go to school and you stand up for yourself. You do that.
I'll pause it right there. I completely agree with what Adam's saying right here. Completely. If you back down and continue to let this person bully you, they're going to do it all for the rest until you graduate. Even after you graduate, if you go to the same college, it's going to happen. Now, of course, adults handle this a little bit different than kids in school, but you can't back down. You're allowing yourself to become vulnerable. You're allowing yourself to become weak. And he sees that weakness. A bully is definitely going to pounce on that. Again, not promoting fighting. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm saying is get your parents involved. Get the school involved. But if you get into a situation where it's a one-on-one and there's nobody around, you have to defend yourself. And again, not with weapons. I don't know what it is with all these weapons. With all these, everybody shooting everybody. I didn't have that when I was in school. A fight was a fight in school. The next day, that was in the past. We moved forward. Gonna back up a little bit.
You go to school and you stand up for yourself. You do that, and I promise you, that big, strong kid that keeps fucking with you, he will stop. He picks on you, you fight. He beats your ass, that's okay. He picks on you again, you stand up, you fight, he beats your ass, that's okay. Sooner or later, he's gonna stop. You know why? Because he knows every time he messes with you, you're gonna stand up and fight. And nobody wants to fight every single day. Kids are brutal. They pick on each other, make fun of you. You don't have the right clothes, you get made fun of. You don't talk the right way, interact the way, you get made fun of. You might have a fucked up teeth or whatever, your appearance, you get made fun of. But you know what? Sometimes violence does solve things, like fighting. What's a fight? At the end of the day, a fight is someone wins, someone loses, but guess what? Just like in professional sports where these dudes are beating the shit out of each other, you see them hug each other, embrace each other afterwards. Respect. Respect for fucking coming out here, sweating with me, losing your breath, and bleeding with me. Hey, we're good. You're going to have some people...
Again, I gotta agree with Adam, man. Me and him share the same viewpoint on that. Share the same viewpoint. Now, I was maybe I think... Back in 8th grade, I was bullied a little bit, but you know what? I stood my ground. I had a fight. After that fight, I was never messed with again. That person moved on to someone else. But he knew not to come back to me because, like Adam said, nobody wants to, even a bully doesn't want to fight every day. They don't. The only thing I don't agree with is there's no such thing as a bully. Basically what he's doing is he's eliminating the term bully and being bullied because from what my perspective of what he's saying is if you're being bullied, you're allowing yourself to be bullied. Stand up and don't allow it. Now, people get bullied all the time. Bullying is not something to joke around with or play around with. It's a very serious issue. But these kids, it just mind-blowing to me, dude. I don't get it. It's like these kids aren't being taught to stand up for themselves when they're being bullied. And if you are the person that's being bullied, or that's bullying the other person, if you are the bully, you need help, dude. Shame on you. That's not what this life is about. You should not be picking on somebody else because of their skin color or what they wear or their status or where they come from, how they live. Nobody knows what each other is going through. You should be going to school. You should be sitting down. You should be learning. Simple.
Say, okay, well, it just doesn't happen at school. When they come home, it happens online. Now there's the internet. They get bullied on the internet. Well, take your kid off the fucking internet. Look at me. I am opinionated. I say my opinions to you guys. Do you know how much shit I get for saying what I believe in?
Yep.
I get fucked with every day. I don't consider them bullying me. Most of these people are talking shit about me that would never say it to my face. Now, am I the toughest guy in the room? No. Have I had my ass beat? Yes. And if you say you haven't had your ass beat, you haven't been in enough fights. It's sad. It's real sad because they're turning this shit into an epidemic to where it's like these kids are getting bullied and they're killing themselves. Or these kids are getting bullied and they're...
See, I was going to touch on that, but I didn't want to bring it up. I'm going to let Adam go ahead and say what he's got to say.
You put on medication. And I have to say, what I believe is the truth. It's the parents' fault. You're allowing your child to be bullied by not giving him the state of mind, the right advice on what to do about getting picked on. If you haven't got picked on, everyone's got picked on. Knuckle up and maybe you get your ass beat. Who gives a shit? I guarantee you that dude stops messing with you. If your kid comes to you for advice and say, what do I do? I'm getting picked on. Do not go to the school and make a big ordeal and get the principal and hit the other kids' parents involved. Because you know what you do? You just made your kid look like the worst thing ever in my world where I...
All right, to touch on that, I earlier said to contact your parents and contact your teachers around you. Now, when I said that, I mean the student, not the kid going to the parent and having the parent go to the school. The kid needs to take care of that. The kid needs to go. Obviously, the kid needs to the kid needs to talk to the parents. Obviously. Now, this is where me and Adam may differ. With the way that the world is today, all these school shootings that are going on, I kind of believe that the school needs to be involved with what's going on with this guy. Because this guy that might be bullying you could be a ticking time bomb. But for the most part, I agree with what Adam is saying. You've got to stand your ground and not allow yourself to be bullied. Stand your ground. Do what you got to do. Let's see what else Adam has to say.
Look like the worst thing ever in my world where I come from. A snitch. Scared. I know to some of these people nowadays what I say seems outdated. But you know what? That shit worked. Back in the day, it worked. It's a part of life. I think we've all taken turns being a bully and being on the receiving end.
That's correct.
Bully. So
I agree with that.
Victim. Stand up for yourself and punch somebody in the nose. I love you guys. Bye, friends.
All right, dude. I got mad respect for Adam Calhoun. Adam, get up here. He'll speak his mind no matter what.
So Lit Mobile just sent me this solar wireless.
Give me a second. Let me pause that. So, for the most part, I do agree with standing your ground, fight if you have to. But touching on getting the parents involved. I do believe with the way the school shootings and stuff are going on right now, which needs to stop, dude. Like, why? I don't understand why these kids are resorting to fucking guns. I don't get it. I don't understand. You're taking somebody's life, somebody's kid, somebody's daughter, somebody's son, somebody's sibling. It just makes no sense to me. None. Go back to the old school ways. If you're a person that's being bullied, don't go in with a gun. Don't do that. There's other routes. You can stand your ground. You can get into a fist fight. And guess what? Everybody's still alive the next day. So going a little bit off topic. I know I'm talking a lot, but this is an opinionated conversation, and not everybody's going to agree with me. But I do believe that a lot of the kids growing up today are pansies. They're not being brought up the right way, not being taught. There's too much electronic stuff going on. Too much kids being on the cell phone and not being outside. I mean, guys, we got to do better. Got to do better. Adam Calhoun, man, I agree with you, dude. Agree with you 100% for the most part. Yep. Later, guys.